Some journeys from obscurity to the spotlight are so unlikely, so charming, and so deeply human that they become impossible to forget. Sal Valentinetti's story is one of them. A pizza delivery guy from Long Island who crooned like it was 1965. Sal captured the hearts of millions during his run on America's Got Talent Season 11, and his story didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. Sal Valentinetti was born on August 26, 1995, in Bethpage, a close-knit town on Long Island, New York. He grew up in a warm, lively Italian-American household where music was never far away, largely thanks to his beloved grandmother. She introduced him early to the timeless sounds of Dean Martin, Tony Bennett, and Frank Sinatra, the smooth, elegant crooners of golden era, and those melodies would eventually define who Sal became. But singing wasn't his starting point. In his early musical years, Sal played brass instruments, the baritone horn, bass trumpet, tuba, and trombone. Vocal performance wasn't even on his radar. That changed during a high school horn lesson, when Sal struggled to remember the name of a song his grandmother used to sing to him. In a moment of spontaneity, he simply started belting out the lyrics to Bobby Darin's Mac the Knife. Time seemed to stop. His music instructor, expecting a clunky horn performance, was suddenly confronted with a rich, powerful voice that poured out a teenager with remarkable ease. Recognizing a rare talent, the instructor immediately encouraged Sal to pursue vocal training. That single moment set off a chain reaction that would eventually carry Sal onto a national stage. By the age of 15, he was already performing Frank Sinatra tributes at local events around New York, winning over small crowds one classic tune at a time. Though details about his formal education remain private, one thing is clear. By the time Sal turned 20, he had decided to take the leap and pursue his passion seriously. In 2016, Sal Valentinetti was just another face in the crowd, delivering pizzas through the streets of Bethpage, Long Island. Known around the area as Sal the Voice, he was a familiar presence at local cafes, sipping cappuccino, telling stories, cracking jokes, and dreaming of something bigger. His goal was specific and deeply personal: to revive the Dean Martin style of entertainment that his grandmother had introduced him to. The contrast between his daily reality and his inner world was striking. By day, he balanced boxes of pizza on delivery routes. By night, he rehearsed, dreaming of stages and spotlights. Fueled by the validation of those who had heard him sing, and armed with little more than courage and conviction, Sal made a decision. He auditioned for Season 11 of America's Got Talent, and left behind a familiar scent of pizza dough for the electric atmosphere of the spotlight. Before AGT, Sal had already taken one shot at a major competition. In 2015, during Season 14 of American Idol, he stepped onto that famous stage and performed Frank Sinatra's My Way, transporting judges and audience alike to a bygone era of sophistication and old-school charm. The reaction was largely positive. Lionel Richie described Sal as possessing an old soul, while Jennifer Lopez called him a talented guy, and Adam Lambert predicted he would resonate strongly with home viewers. However, Harry Connick Jr. had reservations, feeling that Sal didn't quite fit the mold the judges were looking for that season. Connick Jr.'s no vote ultimately ended Sal's run in the Hollywood round, despite yes votes from Lopez and Lambert. It was a setback, but only a chapter. Sal took in stride and proved, as he would go on to do repeatedly, that nothing could dim his light. Sal's America's Got Talent audition in 2016 is the moment that changed everything. Taking the stage with confidence and undeniable charm, he performed Frank Sinatra's My Way once again, but this time the response was electric. His powerful vocals, impeccable control, and heartfelt emotion stopped the room cold. Judge Heidi Klum immediately expressed her admiration, telling Sal, "I love the way you look tonight." Simon Cowell gave him a resounding yes, and words of encouragement for the road ahead. The audience gave him a standing ovation. And then came the moment that would define his journey. Heidi Klum pressed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti rained down. Sal was sent straight to live shows, bypassing the usual rounds of deliberation entirely. His audition went on to garner over 100 million views on YouTube, one of the most watched moments in AGT history, and a testament to the universal appeal of a young man singing his heart out like it was 1963. Sal's path through the competition wasn't smooth sailing. In the quarterfinals, he narrowly escaped elimination, one of only two acting that round alongside Lincoln Bridge, who had to rely on either the dunk and save or the judge's choice to advance. But Sal didn't just survive, he fought back. In the semifinals, he took the stage with renewed purpose and performed Frank Sinatra's That's Life, delivering a performance that seemed to embody the song's spirit entirely. Heidi Klum praised his ability to inhabit the character of the song, noting that his personality oozed through every note. Simon Cowell, who had taken to calling Sal his golden boy, commended his golden pipes and his sheer refusal to quit. The semifinals vote determined which 5 acts would advance to the finals. Simon Cowell urged America to support Sal, and America listened. Against the odds, Sal secured a spot in the finale. The finale of AGT Season 11 was especially meaningful for Sal for reasons that went far beyond competition. It fell on his 21st birthday, and it came shortly after the passing of his beloved grandmother, the woman who had first placed the music of Sinatra and Martin in his heart. He carried her memory onto the stage with him. The performance became a tribute as much as a competition. Sal delivered a sweeping medley of classics, weaving together Fly Me to the Moon, Luck Be a Lady, and New York, New York, with impeccable vocal control and the warm, magnetic presence that had become his signature. The crowd rose to its feet. Simon Cowell lavished him with extraordinary praise, calling his rendition of the classics the finest he had witnessed in quite some time, and drawing comparison to the legendary Frank Sinatra himself. Sal also charmed viewers with festive holiday duet of Santa Baby, alongside Judge Heidi Klum, showcasing his easy chemistry and natural versatility as an entertainer. Despite all of it, Sal did not win Season 11. The title went to Grace VanderWaal, the young singer-songwriter whose original compositions and endearing personality captured the nation's vote. Sal finished in 5th place, behind Grace VanderWaal, the clairvoyants John Dorembos and Brian Justin Crumb. But 5th place in AGT Season 11 didn't feel like a loss. Not to Sal, and not to the millions who had watched him grow. Sal Valentinetti didn't retreat after the cameras stopped rolling. He threw himself into building a real, lasting music career rooted in the classic crooner tradition he had always loved. He released an EP titled The Voice that showcased his vocal range and timeless sensibility. In 2018, he released Christmas Presents, a holiday album full of festive tunes delivered in his signature old-school style. Then in 2021, he dropped Little Valentine, a full-length album of soulful ballads and upbeat jazz numbers that affirmed his place as a modern-day crooner. In a deeply meaningful gesture, Sal recorded Little Valentine at the same prestigious Hollywood studio where Frank Sinatra himself had once recorded, a tribute to his hero and a declaration of his commitment to the music. That same year, Sal embarked on a tour accompanied by a full big band orchestra and singer Dave Damiani, performing Rat Pack covers and original jazzy compositions for sold-out audiences. Industry figures took notice. Grammy-winning producer Billy Jolly, who has worked with artists including Celine Dion and Pink, collaborated with Sal on a Christmas song called Christmas Comes to Town. Jolly described his experience working with Sal with clear admiration, noting that when he heard the demo he knew immediately it had Sal written all over it. Jolly highlighted Valentinetti's rare ability to blend vintage influences with contemporary music seamlessly, positioning him as someone uniquely capable of reviving classic sounds for modern audiences. Sal's live career took off in impressive fashion. He performed at iconic venues including Madison Square Garden and the NYCB Theater at Westbury, headlined hundreds of solo shows worldwide, and shared stages with acclaimed comedians Jay Leno in Las Vegas and Joe Piscopo. His bond with Heidi Klum also endured well beyond the show. The two collaborated on an AGT Christmas special, delivering a memorable duet that delighted audiences. Their friendship, Sal has said, is genuine and warm. Sal was invited back to compete in AGT. The Champions, the prestigious spin-off that brought together top acts from AGT seasons worldwide. He performed Mac the Knife, the Bobby Darin song that had first revealed his voice in that high school music room, and delivered a performance that spellbound the judges. Though his run ended in the preliminary rounds, his participation only further cemented his reputation as one of the most memorable acts in the show's history. On a personal note, Sal's life has blossomed in other ways too. He announced his engagement to his longtime partner, Gianna, to an outpouring of warmth from his devoted fan community. The announcement drew over 6,100 likes and more than 1,400 heartfelt comments on social media, a testament to how deeply his supporters feel connected to his journey. Sal has also been open about a significant personal health journey. During his time in the spotlight, he lost around 50 pounds after receiving a pre-diabetic diagnosis. He credits Gianna's unwavering support as a central part of that transformation, which he has described not as a health crisis response, but as a commitment to a better, fuller life. Sal Valentinetti's story endures because it is more than a talent competition arc. It is the story of a young man from Long Island who loved a grandmother, who inherited her music, who sang Mac the Knife by accident in a music room, and who followed that voice all the way to Madison Square Garden. He didn't win the $1 million, but he won something harder to quantify, an audience that fell for him completely, a career built on passion and perseverance, and a place in the crooner tradition that he has earned note by note. His grandmother would have been proud.